Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? I don't know. I had a race in from the other room. Hi. If you're here, you've made it to Let's Talk News. I'm your host, Leticia Remauro, and I'm just a little bit discombobulated, but it's good to have you here, whether I look like crap or not, and whether my lighting is falling or not. So, how was everybody's day today? Were you all entrenched in the the SCOTUS hearings or the congressional hearings, which Bill and Hillary decided that they weren't going to show up for? Some interesting things. Hello, Francine. How are you, darling? Hello, Mama. How are you? Love you more. Hi, Debbie. Good to have you. So what you all watch today? There was so much riveting news and television. And oh, I'm sorry, I'm not in frame. And I think I'm going to get yelled at too by Kevin Wall if he jumps on. There he is, because I'm still double. Kevin, am I still double? I hope not. I didn't get the answers I was looking for today from YouTube, but hopefully it's not as bad as it was last night. Anyway, yeah, what'd you watch today? There's so much going on. The ice raids, and then I just got something in that a woman was pulled out of the car by ICE because she drove through a protest to get to a doctor's appointment. Did anybody see that on the news? I don't know. But anyway, we're not here to talk about any of that stuff. You know what I decided that we should talk about? Even though it's not, a news item per se. Oh, let me close these apps here. I thought we should talk about, how they call Trump a misogynist and a homophobe. I decided that we should really check back and see if that's true, and see if there were some misogynists and homophobes that have served as presidents that were Democrats that never got called out for it. I went to physical therapy for my torn rotary cuff and torn bicep before surgery, then food shopped, cooked, cleaned, now you. Oh, well, thank you for getting your news for me. On your YouTube page, I have double. Crap. Can you just only watch one, Kevin, or you must watch two? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, they did something on YouTube where they can change the format, where you can do two formats, where you could do a vertical format and a horizontal format. And since they did that, it's kind of crazy on YouTube. And there's a lot of views, but I don't know why people need to look at me twice, for crying out loud. Yeah. Hello, how are you doing? I'm gonna guess, I don't know if it's both Sal and Grace or if it's just Sal or Grace. Identify yourself. If you're a couple, that is super cool. I love having both people on at the same time. I'm doing great. It sounds like Debbie is trying to get her arms back working. I know how that feels, Debbie. It's just crazy that, as we see more summers, that a lot of our body parts start to wear out. Hi, Karen. Thanks for coming and being part of this show. Hi, Colleen. I haven't heard from you in a while. It feels like a while anyway. I might unsub and try again. Okay. Yeah, whatever you think will work, Kevin, because I don't know. It's a new thing on YouTube. I will get the answers. It just wasn't able to get to them today. Okay, it's Sal alone. All right. Well, go find Grace. Tell her to come and watch too. All right. So anyway, what we wanted to talk about was that, who's the misogynist, who's the homophobe. And I thought we'd go back in time and let stuff speak for itself. And I chose Clinton, Obama, and Trump. I didn't choose Biden because I don't even think that Biden was even there as president, quite frankly. So, he might have been something, a misogynist or a homophobe, and I think he was. I think we know that he was a bigoted, at the beginning of his career. But anyway, I didn't want to pick on him because, God, I spent 4 years picking on him, and now I feel bad because, what we knew to be true is true. He was never there. Going to physical therapy place looks like the last stop. I asked my therapist, are you fixing us up to go through the pearly gates? Because that's what it looks like in those places. Yeah. Well, I can tell you that, I've had, and I've had titanium knee, titanium hip. I had my leg totally reconstructed with titanium from a motorcycle accident. And I have in my brain, I have a titanium web to stop an aneurysm. And I feel better than I've ever felt. And I'm on that keto diet and I'm down 14 pounds now, even through Christmas. And New Year's. So I'm really excited about that. And, I feel healthier. I just feel better. The pains are not as painful. And that I know I can't keep up keto forever, but at least I can get some of this weight off. I'm carrying about 100 pounds too much. Hello, Gloria. Good to see you. Only one night I was absent, lol. I had Bible study last night. It's a monthly one. Tomorrow night I won't be here either. Started weekly Bible study. Well, good for you. I just feel like I haven't spoken to you in a while, but that's because I know that you were on Thursday, and then I guess you were on Sunday, yeah. But and Thursday I kept on talking, and I don't think anybody saw my commentary. Eventually, we're in our 5th year now. Eventually, I'll figure this shit out. What happened to Debbie Palavano? She's here. She's got a torn rotator cuff. Hey, all people have issues, including presidents, and all have levels of narcissism. Yeah, you don't generally run for office if you don't have some level of narcissistic tendency. It's all about blood sugar control. 100%, Richard. And you lost a lot of weight too, right? It's about the blood sugar, especially after 50. I don't know how old you are, Rich. I think you're much younger than me. But after 50, it's all about controlling the blood sugar. Hello, Angela. Good to have you. Debbie, don't forget pizza tomorrow night. Ah, very good. Listen, if somebody's willing to cook for you, go get it. I fell asleep 5 minutes in last Thursday. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, all of a sudden the only person commenting was me. And I think there were 5 people on, mostly because it was pre-recorded. But anyway, so because I was racing in from, I've been chatting a lot today. We went out to dinner because it's $10 Tuesdays, and I had a great gyro salad, and Bob had this enormous pork cutlet with mashed potatoes and corn, I think. And so did most of the people at the table ate that. My sister-in-law and I ate salads. But we were chatting, and then I had to race in the door and finish cutting my my videos. But anyway, we'll show this. So Bill and Hillary refused to testify in the Epstein inquiry in front of Congress, and they say that they're going to. There was a subpoena issued, so now they're going to do something about it. I don't know what they're going to do about it, because they usually don't do anything about anything. But I think that the fact that Bill was the only one floating around with no clothes on, or at least from the top end in the Epstein pictures, that there's probably a lot to answer for. We did that already. Not Debbie. I know her age. Lol. Okay. Forgot what that would be. I'm so old. I forgot 10 seconds ago what that would be replying to. Sal and Grace, Mom 40. I'm ready, Sal, in my schedule. Okay, good. I like when people chat with each other in the comment section, because that means that we're all friends. And I love that. Hi, Susan. Good to have you. That's the Democrats for you. Yeah. I mean, didn't Hunter Biden also refused to testify before Congress? And what happened to him? Nothing. They did nothing. Can they refuse the subpoena? They're not supposed to be able to, but Hunter Biden did, remember? And then he like poked the bear by standing up in front of the Senate or outside the Senate buildings to make a press conference, and nobody ever went after him, which I don't understand, but who knows? Bannon and Navarro went to prison. Bill and Hillary should too. Well, you're absolutely right about that for many things. But speaking of Bill and Hillary, I thought that maybe we would walk down memory lane. For if there's anybody here that is I would say under 40, you might not remember this, but for those of you who are up in age, maybe you'll remember these interviews and these statements. Watch.
Who is Jennifer Flowers? You know her.
Oh, yes.
How do you know? How would you describe your relationship?
She was an acquaintance, I would say a friendly acquaintance. When this rumor story got started in the middle of 1980, and she was contacted and told about it, she was so upset, and she called back, she said, how can I be listed on this? I haven't seen you for more than 10 minutes in 10 years. She would call from time to time when she was upset or thought she was really being hurt by the rumors. And I would call her back. Either she would call the office, or I'd call her back there at the office, or I'd call her back at the house. And Hillary knew when I was calling her back. I think once I called her when we were together. And so there's nothing out of the ordinary there.
She's a legend and is described in some detail in a supermarket tabloid, which she calls a 12-year affair with you.
That allegation is false.
When this woman first got caught up in these charges, I felt, as I felt about all of these women, that, you know, they've just been minding their own business and they got hit by a meteor. I mean, it was no fault of their own. We reached out to them. I met with 2 of them to reassure them. They were friends of ours. I felt terrible about what was happening to them. You know, Bill talked to this woman every time she called, distraught, saying her life was going to be ruined. And, you know, he'd get off the phone and tell me that she said sort of wacky things, which we thought were attributable to the fact that she was terrified.
It was only when money came out, when the tabloid went down there offering people money to say that they had been involved with me, that she changed her story. There's a recession on, times are tough, and I think you can expect more and more of these stories as long as they're down there handing out money.
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part for which I am solely and completely responsible. I misled people, including even my wife. I deeply regret that.
I can watch that all day long. So much. I mean, that interview was, oh God, the greatest interview. Just greatest. Hey, Corey, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you. If you are served a subpoena, if you don't show, shouldn't they go to jail? One would think, but this Congress is slow to react. Yeah, fucking hillbilly is right. But you know, that interview, right? If you got to watch it, it's out there. It's a long ass interview. And at one point, you know, Bill is like all, you know, hands between his legs, like a bad little boy. And Hillary, she's got her arm in the back of the chair. And I was going to cut the part where she said, but I'm not just like this stand by your man woman. And do you notice that her accent was so pronounced then, and then you could barely hear it now when she speaks? It's so, I just love that interview. He lied so many times. How can you believe him today? Well, you know what? That's the truth. But isn't it interesting, right, that he got off scot-free? And, you know, I said, what are we going to do? We're going to, you know, get rid of a president because he stooped somebody in the Oval Office. I mean, you know, the thing that and at the time I was younger, so I didn't really think about the age thing, but she was a baby. I mean, she was a child. Check their closets for blue dresses. Yeah, it's crazy. Yep, Hillary is a lizard person, no question. Yeah, but she was the brains behind that operation. I mean, when they say we didn't have any women presidents yet, I think that Eleanor qualified for one. Nancy might have qualified for one for a couple of years, and Hillary definitely qualified for one. Well, then of course Jill. Yeah, when you think about it, there were a lot of women presidents. They might not have been elected, but I mean, especially Jill. She ran the freaking place. Debbie, you got one of them dresses from back in the day. Oh, them there is fighting words. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Oh, Sal's gonna be in trouble. That's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, Hillary sounded so different. Yeah, she sounded coy. Trust me, believe me. That's not even funny. Oh God. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, there we go. Holy moly. Oh, there's going to be a pizza fight next Tuesday. Imagine how long it would have taken Congress to let him get Maduro. Oh, yeah. Really? I mean, really. It's, I just love, I really love that he's a lame duck president. Is that what it's called? No, it's called lame duck when you don't have your Congress, right? I just like that he's a one-term president. Again, he's in a second term and he can't run again, because now it's like gloves are off. I don't care. I don't have to campaign. I'm good. I'm just going to do it. So I think that this was meant to be. This is great. Dems always get off. Yeah. Barry qualifies. Again, I lost train of thought. For what? Barry qualifies for what? Hillary kept Bill in young girls and ran everything in the background. She his Ghislaine Maxwell? Could be. I mean, I've seen stranger things happen. They planned that marriage since college. She used him to get to the top. And she might be going to jail because of it all, too. So let's see. Big Mike wore the pants. Yeah, you think the Obamas? I didn't see that. I know Sal since he was in diapers. Okay, and you might know him in diapers again if your friendship lasts long enough. Bum. Big Barry. I got it. Sorry, Barry. Well, and so that's interesting. I only know Barry as Mike. So wait, Barry is Barack. Okay, got it. I'm my brain. Sorry. Titanium. She was so busy getting drunk. Oh, Debbie. Oh, crap. Deb, I don't know, man. You better talk to this man. Let's see. I'll play another video. The one thing about the Dems, right? Especially now. I mean, you saw the Supreme Court, the hearings, whether men could be in women's sports or not. But this whole transsexual, homosexual thing, especially the gay rights stuff, that was happening somewhere around, the 80s, Reagan. And Anita Bryant, was a target for the gay community because, she said that it was unnatural. And then in the 2000s, there was that push for gay marriage, which personally, I've always said I'm fine with it, because that's a contract between two people. It really is. It's a contract between two people. If it's, if it's government, churches, they do whatever they want because they are, a religious organization. So some people believe some things, some people believe others. But as far as, whether man and man, woman and woman could be legally married, that's a contract between two consenting adults in the government. Why not? It's a state contract. Why not? That's been always my position. But it's not Obama's position. Just a reminder.
I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Now, whether that was really his belief or whether he said that to win the 2008 election, not sure. Well, especially if it's true about Big Mike. Who knows? Oh, thank you. Sometimes I'm witty. Say it, Deb, but not often. Debbie's not a drink. I'm talking about Bill Clinton's wife. She got a wooden leg, the Clinton. Oh, okay. I don't know. Sal, you got to, identify who you're speaking about if you're going to throw barbs. Alito is awesome. If you can't define gender, how do you expect us to rule on sex-based discrimination? Oh, that was fantastic. Of course, you probably watched every second of that trial, Rich. You're a lawyer. You're a litigating lawyer. You love this shit. In case anybody doesn't know, Richard Luthman was, if you're in New York, and maybe I think it was nationwide, he actually challenged somebody to, was it a Game of Thrones, like a duel or something in court, because he could explain it, because that was a way to settle a case and it was still on the books. It was great. Find it. It was great. Gay or straight, don't care. Just don't shove it in my face. I'm with you, Gloria. I don't understand this teach children about sexuality shit, because the children don't understand about sexuality till they're teenagers. So why are we reading, somebody has two mommies or daddies to 5-year-olds? I don't understand. I don't understand. Especially since Joan Rivers was dead after she publicly called Obama the first gay president. Did she really? Why didn't I know that? I know a lot of things. I didn't know that. Here it is. Trial by combat. Yeah. He wanted to settle a case with trial by combat. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Love how his mind works. I think they should not force marriage in religions that don't believe in that. Keep it a civil ceremony. I agree. Because if you're a private organization and this is what you have to believe to be in it, then you can't force anybody to do that stuff. That's what our Constitution says. But Obama does not, Obama said he believed that marriage was between a man and a woman. But again, he, who was it? Warren. I think I have the picture here. He had this guy, Rick Warren, who is a California minister. He was the one who administered the oath of office when he was reelected. And the thing is he was courting the Christian right. And it worked. It worked because because Mitt Romney could have won if he didn't do that. So what he tried to do was he tried to be moderate right instead of Mitt, who was right. Very religious, right? So that's what happened there. Let's see. Hold on a second. What else are we talking about? Yes, Joan Rivers called Michelle Obama a tranny. Oh, that's so funny. And then she died, huh? I mean, she was making fun, I'm sure. I remember hearing that about Joan Rivers. We're going to have to go find that clip. Slick Rick, yeah, that's what they called him. Then she expired in a routine plastic surgery procedure. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, BJ, how are you? I hope you had a good trip. You were in Ireland, weren't you? Yeah, it's good to see you back. All right, so you have Obama, who I guess that if it was Trump saying he believes that marriage is between a man and woman, that we would call him a homophobe. But they didn't say that about Obama. I don't know if it was because of his ethnic background or because he was a Democrat. Which one? He was courting Catholics when he still believed the Democrats were godless maniacs. Yeah, he absolutely. Yeah, that's the truth. So anyway, so we've got Hillary, Bill Clinton, who Hillary was feeding women to. And I believe that's true, because if you watch that 60 Minutes, when I watched it as a young woman, how old was I when Clinton was president? It was the 90s. So I was in my 30s. I was a young mother, and not really, I was just getting into politics. And I watched it and I didn't see, I guess because we see so much now, I didn't recognize the gaslighting, because I was always such a gullible person, and I might still be. Some would say I am. But I was never suspicious. And boy, oh boy, now that I look at it and I'm like, what? And I don't know if it's because I know more, right? And because he admitted it or what. But Yeah, that's some interview. The body language is amazing. Obama and Clinton's had special interests in their pockets. Yeah, they sure did. Are you kidding me? If Trump said it to me, rallies and riots all over the United States. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But they call him a homophobe and a misogynist and a racist right now. I didn't want to get into the racist thing because we only have a half hour. Yes, it was a good trip. Got to see my 94-year-old dad who is in a nursing home and no longer knows who I am due to his dementia. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know how hard that is. And God bless him. But hopefully he has happy memories that he thinks about all day. Best book on this is Roger Stone, The Clintons' War on Women. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that book. Okay, so now let's talk about the misogynist, right? Let's talk about the guy that they say is a misogynist and hates women and blah, 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 blah. So Trump appoints more women to his cabinet than any Republican. And in fact, that is a misleading headline because not only did he appoint the most women to his cabinet than any Republican, but in this term, he ties with Obama for more women in his cabinet. And if the fucking Senate would let him get his appointments through for the attorney generals of the districts, he would have had more appointments than Obama. So who the fuck are we talking about? The only reason that he doesn't have them is because of the Democrats blocking and because of the Republicans going along with the block. So I just thought I needed to say that. Okay. And then, of course, he's had more firsts. And here's one of his firsts.
For the first time in U.S. history, a woman is set to be the White House chief of staff. President-elect Donald Trump says that he is giving his campaign manager, Susie Wiles, the powerful job. The announcement from President-elect Donald Trump is the first key appointment as his transition team considers candidates for jobs in his second administration that begins January 20th. Trump says Wiles is a seasoned Republican strategist and lobbyist as well. She's also one of Trump's longest-serving advisors. A source says that she had conditions for accepting the second highest job in the West Wing. That includes having complete control of who has access to the president. She says she wants to prevent unofficial advisors from swaying him. Trump says that he believes the biggest mistake of his first term was hiring the wrong people.
All right. So first chief of staff, first female attorney general, first female director of national intelligence. As I said, if they would have let the other ones go through, he'd have more women because Jeanine Pirro's in there. Yeah, we've got a lot of high level women. She got appointed, Jeanine Pirro, but what's her face? His lawyer, I forget her name because that's just who I am. Oh yes, and Scott Bassett is gay. Absolutely, Scott Bassett is gay, and they make fun of him, and the Dems make fun of him. So I don't understand. They'll just say it because he's a womanizer. They'll just say it's because he's a womanizer. Right, exactly. Well. They're firsts and they're more. And it's historic for Trump because that's how Trump runs his companies too. Women are in, I'm going to back up because of this little screen. Women are in positions of authority in the Trump administration. They were in the second and they are now too. Trump loves women and doesn't hide it. He calls them smart, beautiful, etc. Plus stopping men and women's sports. Yes. Well, Trump does protect women, and we see that all the time. Women and children, he is a true gentleman. Could he be crass? Yeah, I know plenty of gentlemen that are off color when they're hanging out with other guys. Nice talking tonight. Good night, everyone. Good night, Sal. Debbie will be there for pizza on Tuesday. Okay, very good. So I think that's it. I think that, at the end of the day, you choose. So who's the misogynist? Who's the homophobe? Does Trump get the rap for a good reason, or is it just because nothing that Trump does is good enough? I say that Clinton's the misogynist, Obama is a homophobe, and Trump is just an all-around good guy. So that's my closing argument. I will see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Share the show. Share with friends. Love you all. And look, we didn't have any trolls tonight. They take Tuesdays off usually. Bye, guys.